So I'm currently working 70 hours per week, but my physique continues to improve. And contrary to what you've been told, this isn't because of genetics or some special drug that I'm on. The reason the most busy guys like myself can't prioritize fitness in their lives is because the fitness industry right now tells you to obsess. But the answer isn't obsession, it's strategy. So in this video, I'll show you my proven system to get ripped as a busy guy so you can make fitness complement your life rather than consume it. Now, there's three things that I'm going to cover, the first of which is going to be food. Now, it's pretty obvious why food is a problem for busy guys, especially eating the right stuff. And the obvious solution to this problem, as I'm sure you've heard before, is to just meal prep, right? Spend the weekend prepping your meals and then take them with you to work or wherever you go on the weekdays. But if you're anything like me, then on the weekends you're even busier than you are on the weekdays. But all of these factors considered, the thing is, you're watching this video, so you have to be alive. And so that means that you are eating something. And if you're a busy guy, that means you're either eating out very often or you've got your wife or significant other doing the cooking for you. So there's two solutions to this problem. Now, the first one, and this is just meal prepping but making it a lot easier for you, is to just pay somebody else to do the meal prepping for you. There's like hundreds of meal prepping services out there. HelloFresh is one that I've heard of, and I'm sure there are others. And if you know of one that aligns with your goals, then go pay somebody to do the meal prepping for you. I promise you, every dollar you spend towards your health and fitness will pay off tenfold because it is an investment. Now, the other thing that doesn't get talked about nearly as much, but is even more effective than but paying somebody else to do your meal prep, is to simply eat healthy when you're out. And every time I mention eating healthy when you're eating out, everybody just thinks of eating like salad and grass and fucking rabbit food. But that's not the truth whatsoever. Sometimes eating healthy can be as simple as switching out your normal Coke for Diet Coke. And I know that sounds so stupid and so simple, but honestly, there's like 400 calories saved for you automatically as soon as you switch to a soft drink that has like 0 calories. Hey, by the way, if you want personalized help on how to eat healthy while you're eating out, then you can join my school community by clicking the link in the description and I'll help you out personally. Now, once you have your food figured out, you're already ahead of like 90% of guys who are trying to start fitness, especially as they're busy. But the next thing that's going to set you apart is you figuring out your training. Notice how I said training and not working out. Now you might be thinking, Sultan, what's the difference between the two? Well, the biggest difference between training and working out is the intent behind it. At this point in time, almost everybody goes to the gym, right? But why don't most people see results while some see crazy results in a short amount of time? The difference is their intent when they're in the gym. I'm going to be honest, there's like 20 different things I can say that differentiate training from working out and what makes training training and what makes working out working out. But if there's one thing that you need to make sure you're doing if your goal is to see results in the gym, it's that you go into the gym and intend to progress on every exercise that you're doing. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 rep, 2 pounds, half a rep, or maybe sometimes it's just as simple as having better form. These differences may not seem like much over the course of a week or a month, but over the course of 3 months, these differences add up. And I'm telling you, it's the biggest determinant of whether or not determinant of whether or not you'll be able to achieve your goals. So we've already figured out that you need to progress on the exercises you're doing when you're in the gym, but we're not there yet. There's still something we can do to reduce the amount of time that we're spending in the gym so our workouts are not only effective but also efficient. Now, the biggest, literally number one tip that I can give you here is before you set foot into the gym, open your phone and simply put on a timer. Now, it all depends on how long your training session is, but none of my clients usually have trained for any more than an hour, maybe an hour, 15 minutes. So before you set foot into the gym, set yourself that timer. And what happens is, here's the rule that you're going to set for yourself. As soon as that timer goes off, it doesn't matter how much of the workout I'm done with, I'm going to leave. And what that does is it prevents you from wasting time on bullshit like scrolling on your phone, having conversations with the people at the gym, although that can be fun, but you're in there to get a job done. Now, once you have your food and your training figured out, congratulations, you're 50% of the way there. And I bet that confuses a lot of you because you're like, wait, Sultan, I thought it was 50% diet, 50% training, right? Well, absolutely not. It's actually 25% diet, 25% training, and 50% consistency. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. The internet is a fucking batshit crazy place to be in right now, literally. It's Optimal lifters are creating random new exercises like lying down, lat prayer, some bullshit. I don't even know at this point. And then like old school lifters are telling you to just ego lift, which isn't good either. But one thing that everybody agrees on but nobody talks about is the importance of consistency. You can have a shitty diet and a shitty workout routine, but if you just show up consistently, I promise you're going to see results. And everybody struggles with this. And I'm going to be honest, when I say everybody, I say that including myself. I've struggled with consistency personally. And what really makes the world of a difference when it comes to consistency is having other people hold you accountable. So I'm going to give you a little story. Over the past summer, I played a shitload of tennis. And over the past summer, I also got lean. Now, some of you might say, oh no, you got lean because you played a lot of tennis. Yeah, you could say that, but that's not the entire story. The entire story is because it was so hot, I always had my shirt off. And whenever I was playing tennis, I had some of my friends who were, losers who were playing pickleball next to me. And they saw me shirtless all the time. And so I sort of, in a weird but in a really good way, I had this sort of pressure on me to look good while being shirtless. Because if your friends are anything like mine, you know for a fact they're making fun of you if they see you have a little bit of a belly. And so that consistent accountability and being under scrutiny, again, in the best way possible, pretty much just forced me to be lean at all times. Now, if you'd personally like to be held accountable by me and the people inside of my community, you can click the link in the description. I'll see you in the next video.